They say we live. He gone, man. He gone. Zeke gone. Get his ass up out of here. Nah. Shout out my nigga
It,
Zeke though,
it's
but
it's a sad day in Cowboy Nation, man. You know, but
sad
it's
day.
sometimes love hurts, man. And us Cowboys fans, we get attached to certain players and certain names, and it's just to the point where we hate to see them leave, but sometimes this wasn't necessary to win. You know what I mean? It is
Yeah.
what it is. We got a good 6, 7 years out of Zeke. He
So,
he gave us a top running back for 3, if not 4, of the years he was a president. So, you know, he did his due diligence in Dallas.
yeah.
I wish my
And
dog the
so,
best of luck wherever he go from here on out. He always have a fan of me and stand me them Ohio State ties running a little deeper than that.
what's next for him? Like what's next for him and what's next for us in terms of running backs? What would you like to see?
I think he gonna bounce around for a little bit.
Oh, who you think could use him? There ain't nobody you think could use him because he's still a
Uh,
good blocker.
um, one of my partners had said was Chicago, and that don't seem like a bad fit. You know, like you said, his biggest upside right now is his pass blocking. So it's just like who needs more protection?
Man, need to say shit. Send his ass to Chicago, man.
Who needs
He'll
more
get a lot
protection,
of
and who
touches
needs a
too.
third down back?
I was just gonna say he'll get some touches too. Who they running back?
Mhm.
Who Chicago running back? I
I
think
don't
they
know.
got
The Eagles just picked up Rashard Penny.
I wasn't a big Penny guy. I
Yeah, but you know they still
wasn't a
got that.
big
I think
Penny
they
guy.
I think they putting their chips in with Gainwell, and picking at the number 10 spot is not a bad position to be in to be cutting players.
Oh man, you see this?
You can get
Oh man, that's
that's
cool.
really
I'm
that.
happy with that.
Yeah, I ain't scared. I'm not. I wouldn't care if Lamar went there. Cowboys in 13. We taking back
Heineke went
control
to
of the
the Falcons.
NFC East. That's what it was. Yeah, we taking back control of
Yeah.
the NFC East, man. So it's just
How you feel about our moves? Do you think Ed? Okay, first I'm gonna ask you this because I've been thinking about it. How good do you think Gilmore will be for us? 'Cause I still think he played pretty alright I only seen like 2 Colts games last year, so but I think he still played pretty good. The games I seen him.
I would have to sum it up like this: he'll be better than Anthony Brown or anybody that we had replacing Anthony Brown.
Yeah,
We're
okay.
not getting the Super Bowl stuff on Gilmore. We're not getting it, and we know that. They know that. He know that. He know he's coming here to be a number 2 cornerback.
Yeah.
And it's rumored that we one of the top landing spots. Well, not rumor, but we one of the top landing spots for Patrick Peterson. That's just on some Udonis Haslam type pickups. On some, you know what I'm saying? That's just like a Udonis Haslam type pickup.
Say, bro, you gotta give Pat P a little bit more credit, nigga. You done his hat, boy. I
No,
don't
no, no.
know.
He's going to play though.
Oh, just for the save.
Yeah,
Oh my
he's going to
goodness,
play. Yeah, Patrick Peterson going to play. He going to
bro. They
play,
try.
and
Man.
he going to be all right.
Oh,
And but he's already vocally. He said it in one of the podcasts. He was just like he want to come here. He want to mentor Trayvon. So it's like I
mm,
already see things and holes in your game that I can help you with. Mm-hmm.
mm. Oh, he definitely need
You
that.
sleepy?
I'm still mad he ain't get that damn pick.
It's okay.
That shit.
Take a nap.
Let me go to the depth chart players transaction. Here go the transactions for today. I don't know if anything pop out. They resigned. Dolphins resigned Mostert. He never got better. I thought Mostert was gonna be something more than what he was. He never got better.
Who was the 3 backs that San Francisco had at that time? It was Mostert.
Was it Tevin Coleman? Not Tevin Coleman. Who the fuck was it?
Was it Coleman? No, Coleman was still.
No.
It was Mostert. I can't think of none of them but Mostert.
Yeah, I can't either.
They had a three-head run. They had a three-headed running system.
We traded a 5th-round pick for Gilmore. I'm not mad at
And
that shit at all,
and
bro.
we had like 4 compensatory picks this year because we released Amari Cooper before the season. So we ended up getting like 2 compensatory 5th-rounders, a 6 and a 7. So we basically gave up a free pick for him. We got him off the strength. And that's another thing with DeAndre Hopkins. Like I was telling my cousin on Facebook, I was telling him, he was like, yeah, they talk in hypotheticals, but it's not hypotheticals to them. They just talk. So it's like, yeah, now we need to go pick up DeAndre Hopkins. You can't go pick up DeAndre Hopkins. You have to trade for him.
Yeah.
And Arizona is gonna try to bleed us for him. They ain't gonna try to get no first round, but they're gonna try to get something. They're gonna try to get Gallup in the 3rd round or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Something like that.
But man,
And then,
I'm not feeling the DeAndre Hopkins. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know why.
but
It's
it's
not
almost
even.
the same. It's the same, almost the same scenario as Stephon Gilmore. And I think Hopkins might have a little more left in the tank than Gilmore. You know, not more, but you know, about the same amount. If you get what I'm saying.
It just Hopkins just ain't been available for whatever reason. Like
Availability
when,
is the best ability, you know.
cause it just feel like for the last 2 or 3 years I just haven't seen him play a
If he
lot.
comes to the Cowboys, he didn't do it. If he did, he's a steroid monster. Let me say that to you. He comes to the Cowboys, he didn't do it, man. I'm on his side.
I,
He come
I
to us,
just
he
want
didn't
him.
do it.
I just want him. If he come here, I want him to play. I don't want him to come here and then DeAndre Hopkins
And
dealing with
that's and
this.
that's just
DeAndre
that's
Hopkins
not
dealing with
him.
that.
That don't just
Okay.
go for him. That go for everybody.
Yeah, they go for everybody, but I'm just saying it just sometimes it be them signings that you just don't trust. For me, he just one of them. I don't know why. I ain't really got no good logic behind it. But I just feel like we bring in Hopkins. I just feel
How
for
how
some
how,
strange
how,
reason it won't work.
how many games did he miss due to injury though?
We go. Let me look it up.
I know this year was the PED thing. I know he missed some time year before, the season before. I know he missed some time. I forgot what he was battling, but he hasn't
So
just been no injury monster.
so in 2021 he played 10 games. 2022 he played 9 games. So in the past 2 years he played 19 games.
Out of what? This the first 17-game season. What's that?
Mm-hmm.
33
33.
games.
Mm-hmm.
It's over half. You
I was just
know,
gonna say, yeah,
we would
okay.
still need more production than that. You know, but that's a start, and his
Yeah.
usage will be down too.
This dude did, and he did have 66 catches with 717 yards in
In
9 games.
9 games. You see and that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. It's still D Hop. He's not D Hop in what's his name in Cleveland? Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
We're not getting that, but I don't feel like we're getting too big of a gap. Of course, it's gonna be some type of decrease, but I don't think it's that big of a decrease.
And he gonna be 31. Gonna be 31 though, Mike.
Yeah. We just need you to come in and be a veteran. Just be a veteran. We got a young stud number one receiver. Like we're not bringing you in to be the number one receiver. And he said it. He was like, I don't, he's willing to take a pay cut.
Mm. I just be thinking like I be looking. Mm,
So it's just
I'll
like,
bring him in. Bring him in for you.
it's what would you what would you expect him to be? And it's don't let your expectations be too outstanding or asking. Because it's just like shit, like you say, you don't know if he's gonna be available, but his usage be down. We won't need you to catch 66 passes in 9 games. We'll take 40, 45.
Cause I'm finna right
Because I
now.
want I want them to use the hell out of CD, and I think. Mm-hmm.
How you feel about what the Johns done did? We gonna stay on the NFC East because that's what I'm worried about. I want us to match and stay ahead of these motherfuckers because
You
they
know,
got
they doing all right. You know how I feel about anybody in the NFC East. I feel like everybody's our rival in the NFC East between the Giants, Commanders, and the Eagles.
because they re-signed Daniel Jones. They did the
Franchise Saquon.
mm-hmm.
They
They
just
brought
picked up
in Darren
Waller.
Waller. Mm-hmm.
But you speak about injuries. How many games have he missed?
Yeah, that's true. But if he played and
Yeah,
he's
if he's
still
healthy,
kind of young,
he's still a top 10 tight end. Probably, I mean, you can argue with the top
top
five. Let
five.
me just say the top five. Because top 10
Yeah,
for a high tight end, that's kind of a broad spectrum. That's Dalton
I think.
Schultz range. But I
Mm-hmm.
like Dalton Schultz. I'm one of the few Cowboy fans that like Dalton Schultz.
But this my problem with the Johns though, Mike. I feel like their coaching has been so good that we don't want them to add no talent. Because you add talent to that coaching, because I feel like that was one of the top five coach teams that I've seen play last year in terms of what they was doing with what they had. You could say
What
the
what you
Johns
said?
was
What you said last year during free agency? What was your biggest complaint last year during free agency?
damn, I don't remember what.
Yeah, you kept talking about, bro, everybody getting better and we not doing nothing. That's how I feel about the Eagles. But the Eagles got the same situation we had. We were so far better and good enough than the other teams. We can afford to lose a few pieces, but we didn't lose
Yeah,
nothing but Coop and Cedric Wilson.
yeah.
And we lost. We was losing pieces. We lost Coop, Cedric Wilson, and Randy Gregory.
Mm.
But with the Giants, though, they doing that thing. Boy, I ain't scared of the Giants. They'll be all right. We'll be all right. I like the competition. It gets. That's been our problem. We play the NFCs twice a year.
Hmm.
We was previously called the NFC least. So it was like, oh, the Cowboys don't play nobody. They don't play nobody. But you can't say that, nigga. When all four of the teams in our division, at one point in time, towards the end of with 1 week left in the season, we were all in the playoffs.
Whoa. This just happened 5 minutes ago.
Who they get? Fletcher Cox.
Fletcher Cox agreed to 1 year, $10 million deal. Oh, that ain't that big of a news. I thought that was something else.
Where he staying?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna retire there. Him and Brandon Graham.
I ain't gonna
I
stunt,
ain't,
bro.
I ain't
Did
mad at
Fletcher
him. Get
Cox win
that,
with
get
him
it.
before?
Yeah, he got a one. He got one.
Okay.
Graham do too.
Okay.
Graham do too. But
Who
what ESPN just said, Zeke time with the Cowboys was exciting, but should that be a warning to the Cowboys about paying Tony Pollard? Because after this year, he got some guy to give. So that's what I really think they are looking for. They are looking for. I think they might be looking for a running back in the draft because they're
How
gonna
old
let
is
Pollard
Pollard?
walk too. Well,
How
he
old is
coming out his
Pollard?
rookie contract, so that's four. That's what 4 years. So he probably 25, 26, 24 probably. But he's gonna want top running back money. He might
Yeah.
take a team friendly deal though. He might see the running back market as itself. Unless
But
this might just be one of them shop around deals.
but the thing with Tony Pollard was we kind of wasn't running him so he wouldn't get a deal. That's what remember they were saying that it was like, oh,
Yeah,
we trying to keep it.
yeah.
So
That
he
one
probably
game
he
he
probably gonna be
had
like, fuck
against
us.
was that against Chicago? He was running and they had 130 yards at halftime.
Yeah.
And he got 3 carries in second half. And they gave Malik Davis the rest of them.
So he probably will say fuck us. He probably will say
He
fuck
keeps
us, bro.
saying, he said in the press conference, he was like, I don't know. I felt like I was still hot. They just stopped giving me the ball.
He averaged 5.2 yards a carry, 1,007 yards. He only had 9 touchdowns.
But we still need to be a two-back system. Malik Davis proved that he can play Tony Pollard role. So,
See, bro, switching it to defense. I feel like Bland. I feel like because you talked about Bland. I mean, you talked about Bland, but I feel like if he could like take a little mini leap, just like how Wilson took a leap this year. If I feel like if Bland could take a leap like that, bro, that defense will be scary. Cause I
because
like some of the stuff
he
he was
can be
doing.
he can be a true slot corner too. He don't have to be on the edge.
Boy,
Because
I'm
that's
so
what he was
excited to see our
playing when
defense.
he was playing the slot corner when Lewis went down.
Yeah,
Then
I was
when
never a
Brown
big
went
fan
down,
of Lewis.
they left him right there and put Joseph right there. He got burnt. Then they moved Bland over there, and he got walked off on. It was all happening in the span of Green Bay.
So we got our picks. So we got the 27th pick in the first round. Let me look at a mock draft real quick. Cause I ain't gonna stunt. If we play our cards right, man, I like our team. Now the more I'm thinking about it, I like our team, but
I
we
told you
need
that
some
last
interior
year.
defensive linemen. We need some interior D linemen, bro.
Our team, people was worried because we lost pieces. But like I told everybody, we were good that year before with Coop and all them. We will still be good after that. We won't be as good, but we'll still be good. So yeah, we're gonna show spots that we missing Coop, we missing Cedric Wills, we missing Randy Gregory, shit like that. But it's not gonna be detrimental to the point to where we just gonna fall down by the wayside. We still exited the same round we did the year before. 2 first round exits back to back. Same team. They're in the same point spread. We lost down about the same amount of points.
I still think we could use Coop though. I ain't gonna lie.
I just said that.
I still think we could use Coop. Like I get what you're saying.
But like I just said before that, we got all them compensatory picks because we cut Coop.
Yeah, I feel that too though.
I'll say
That's
it's one of them where we could have used them, but it was one of them. Yeah, but you cost too much. It's the same thing with the Eagles. The Eagles want to keep Slade. They want to keep him. They can't do nothing with him because he won't 3 years fully guaranteed.
I ain't gonna lie, Mike, bro. I would reload in the draft. Like football is so fleeting. Like niggas' careers be so short. I'll be constantly trying to reload. I'll be
But
watching
that's
so
why
much
that's
college
why
football.
that's why they don't make too many big splashes in free agency because it's like we can get a rookie and won't have to pay him for 4 years.
Boy, Anthony Richardson from Florida is number 4 in the mock draft. He's going to bust. Remember I said that. He's
His
going to
numbers,
bust.
his draft number, and his measurements, all that shit. He had
That
the
shit
highest
cool.
vertical, man, but that should get you paid.
Nah, I feel. Nah, trust me, I
John
feel that. Like,
John Ross the third, where is he?
mm,
Exactly.
but I'm saying like
Exactly.
that. I'm
He
saying that.
got drafted in the first round because he had the fastest 40-yard dash ever.
But I'm saying some of that shit can be fool's gold. That
Yeah,
combine
but
shit, some of that shit be fool's
I'm just
gold, bro.
saying
I watched too much
that's just
Anthony
like
Richardson.
Mikey. He didn't as far as the 40 and all that, like that's what made his draft stock drop because he ran like a 4.53 or something like that, 4.52, but then ended up putting up equal stats to all the wide receivers drafted before him combined. Like they all had like 60, 70 catches and like 900 yards combined, and he had that by himself midway through the season. So it's just like with rookies, it's all about landing spots, and it's all about what do you do for them when you get there.
See, bro, I think when it okay, we're talking about Mike real quick. With him, he was a possession receiver. When I look at possession receivers, I don't look at speed. I look at hands. I look at route running.
Mm-hmm.
I look at stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like it be certain different stuff depending on the archetype of the player that I look at. Like he wasn't the type of person. I'm not looking at no Mike Thomas 40 speed. I'm looking at what he can do in the red zone. I'm looking at what he can do on jump balls. I'm looking at can he catch and hold on to the ball, stuff like that. Just because he's a different type of receiver. I hate when people do that. Like you gotta categorize that shit different. Just watch Cal Hamilton with the Ravens this year. He gonna have a breakout year, and I think he should have been a top 10 pick at safety. But since his 40 time was so low that he dropped, but I feel like I don't care
But
about
this
40 speed
the
depending on the
game
player.
is getting so fast, and that's why it's like everything is revolving around speed. That's why it's just the game getting so fast. It's just everybody revolving around speed. But like you say, they don't always transfer over to the field.
Hell no. Nah. You
Yeah,
see who
yeah.
Dallas? You see this? You see this? Who the hell is Dalton Kincaid? I watch enough college football, but who is this? And if we go Dalton Kincaid,
Who
tight
missed
end,
that? We're not getting a tight end in the first round. We're sitting on 3.
bro, this
If we
Ty
not getting
McShay. I'm gonna look at somebody else shit,
if
bro.
we not getting a tight end, that tight end from Alabama, from Georgia, then we don't need to be picking on no tight end.
That shit was nah, bro. I ain't feeling that shit, bro.
If we not getting that tight end from Georgia, we don't need to pick up no tight end.
That tight end from Georgia, that nigga nice too. But damn, yeah. This is let me see. Yeah, this looking
Hopefully we can get a
McShay,
Lamar
bro.
Jackson type year where everybody hyped up the quarterbacks and the nigga falls to pick 30.
That's how I be feeling like that though. I be feeling like
Cause,
that, fool.
Cause then we strike. I know if Stroud or Young fall all the way down to pick 26, which they won't. It's hypothetical, and I don't believe they will. But them they gonna grab them, and that's gonna be and that's gonna be and that's gonna be the perfect fuel to send Dak to the oblivion. Either you gonna bang or you gonna bust.
Hey, bro. Like you said, remember you was talking about that nigga Dak probably just need that pressure of somebody that's looking
And
over
I've
his
been saying that
shoulder.
for how many years?
Yeah, he need this shit now. It's
I've
about
been
that
saying that
time,
for about the
bro.
past 2-3 years. Don't put him out. You got to put him out on the street. But show him that, on some Carson Wentz shit, you either get it together or we got somebody behind that's going to take your spot.
Look, we at the 26th pick. They got us taking a tight end. But at 20, 29, and 30, they got defensive tackles coming off the board. So I'm going to be looking at these dudes. Brian Brees? Breesy? Something like that. Breesy, I guess. It's coming, he could just 3.5 sets. See, oh, no, he had a kidney infection and his sister died. What the hell? No, that's a lot going on. Khalil Kansi. I wish they had these niggas heights.
I wish we can draft like an Aaron Donald. No, that's.
I ain't gonna stunt, bro. If they got these dudes like this, okay, because you see where his stuff is. You say production was a 2. Oh, damn.
We need somebody about 300 pounds, 2% body fat, stud that's going to clog the middle.
I'm trying to see what his. Damn, they don't have his height and weight. Cause I ain't gonna stunt it. If we 2 picks within the nigga taking a defensive tackle, fuck it, we should go ahead and go that route. I don't see why
I'm
we
telling
wouldn't.
you now. I get his football and I get they all grown men. But we need to find us another good edge so we can put that nigga Parsons' ass back where he needs to be.
What you mean? Where you want him?
Get him off the line and let him scrape.
Say, man, you know how I feel about Parsons. I just want him to go. I think he's overrated as a linebacker. Like in terms of like he can go sideline to sideline, he can track,
No,
but in terms of
that's what
just
I'm saying. Let him scrape.
what's that mean? I'm sorry, I'm
Like
stupid,
let
Tyler.
let him come and pick his gaps from behind the defensive lineman.
Mm.
So he don't have to engage soon as the ball is snapped. Let them check somebody to him.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
A defensive lineman job is to get out to the quarterback, but it's to keep the offensive line off the linebackers. I get it, he's a workhorse, he's tough. But if you watch the game and look at Michael Parsons, and it's part of because how he plays his game, he go 110%. He go 110%. He always running, but it's like he's going up against people twice his size every down, giving it all he got. He be on the sidelines like this, banged up his shoulder or hanging his shoulder down, just stuff like that. And it's just like it's almost kind of like deja vu, but on the offensive side with Zeke,
Yeah.
you use them, you use them up, then you ring them out and throw them away.
Sorry, bro, I ain't gonna stunt. I'm finna look at a couple of these niggas highlights, bro, from on the defensive line. Cause
I wouldn't be surprised if they go corner and try to find Diggs replacement. Just
damn.
throwing a rock in the field. Diggs wants top money, and he's been pretty vocal about that.
I wouldn't mind giving him
YouTube
the top
TV
money
has no
though.
hidden fees.
I wouldn't
You
mind
know,
giving Diggs top money. He how old is Diggs? He can't be older than 25.
nah, he coming off his rookie contract. No, they're still young. This their first contract negotiated.
Nah, I don't think he big enough. This nigga right here, he not
It's
big
not really
enough,
too much
man.
about size now, because these guards ain't just big brawly dude. You know what I'm saying? Everybody getting fit. Every position is getting fit and slim.
So what do you want out of a defensive tackle for us, specifically? What you
A
looking for?
stud, a hole clogger.
This dude
You don't
don't look
have to.
like
You
no
know. You don't
hole
have to.
clogger.
You don't have to be fat to clog no hole.
Oh, okay. I'm
Take up
thinking of
blocks.
goddamn
Vince Wilfork
Haloti Nata and all that.
and Dominican Sue. That size helps, but if you got the speed and the strength, clogging the hole ain't necessarily just being the biggest dude on there. It's taking up blocks. Make them swing the double team your way. Don't let the double team get off the line.
Hmm. It looked like he looked good against the run,
That's our biggest
but
downfall on defense. Pass rush, we got that on. Our pass rush,
yeah. No, our
we
pass
stopped
rush on
getting
lock.
home at the end of the year. That's what our problem was with the pass rush. We stopped getting home. We were still getting pressures, but wasn't getting no sack.
I think just the fact that people could run on us, we had such a glaring hole in his run defense that I just don't like that. And I just feel like we just need beef. I don't feel like this dude beefy enough, bro. I get what you're saying, but I don't feel like this dude beefy enough,
Hey
bro.
man, 2023 DNs running 4.4s, 4.39s. You gonna look up these D tackles gonna be running 4.4 flats.
I'm trying to see this dude from Pitt. He look a little bit bigger. I hope. Cause I ain't gonna stun, bro. I want to go defensive tackle. I want to go defensive tackle, bro.
But that's what I was telling you the other day. Is you want to draft for need, but if it's somebody at another position that's the best at their position, then you can afford that. If it's not something that's gonna make you, we need a day one starter at D tackle. That's what we need. We need a day one starter.
And
We
I
need
feel like it's so hard to get defensive tackles in the draft that if it's some good ones, Like I
Because
feel like he just gonna
you
pick
don't
it.
know what they're gonna be unless you drag them Jordan Davis or somebody.
I wanted him so bad last year.
Yeah, everybody did. Every team did. What team
See this
couldn't have
dude,
used Jordan Davis?
this dude look like a pass rusher. The other dude look like a run stuffer. Cause yeah, he had 31 tackles, 14 and a half tackles for loss, sack, 7.5 sacks. No, I don't like his. I don't know. He will fit in with our speedy defense, but we need beef.
Your boy led the safeties and tackles
Who?
and interceptions, I think. No, he
Who you talking about?
led the sacks.
Who you talking about?
Your boy Wilson.
Oh, that nigga dog, bro. I've been talking about him since he was a rookie. I remember I seen him in preseason. I'm like, oh yeah, this nigga gonna be
We
nice.
brought him back. We brought him back. We brought LV back. We got him for $6 million a year. So that
What's
cut
our
out the
other
Bobby
safety name?
Wagner shit.
What's our other safety name? The big nigga, he
Hooker.
big too. No, the other one. Number 27
Curse,
is he
curse,
number 27?
curse, curse.
Curse.
Jalen Curse.
I like him too. Him and Wilson. Oh my goodness, bro.
That's I like Curse. That's my boy. I mean, I like our secondary. I just feel like we filled the hole. Well, I'm not gonna say we filled it just yet, but we've gotten better from Anthony Brown. You know, I was an advocate for Anthony Brown, you know, but my thing with him was his ball skills. Like I said, if you look at all the passes he got bummed on and was beat on, he damn near was hip for hip. He was hip to hip with him. He almost made all
Oh,
of them 50-50 balls, but he lost them.
see, Gilmore was good to me this last past season. If they got let me look at some of his highlights. But if these were some of them, if he can just provide some of that, just yeah, Gilmore was still
And
good this year.
it's still mentorship, veteran. It's like, you know, give me tricks of the trade, you know.
Gilmore just didn't seem like he lost it as much as you would think, as you
No,
think. I feel like that's a bigger pickup than it
that's what I said.
seems too.
He's not the same. I mean, everybody pretty much has it around the same spot on that board. It's a good pickup. It feels a well needed a well needed hole. It was a hole that needed to be filled in our defense. Backside corner.
So, because
Hopefully
this
they can
is
get that nigga
yeah.
some tips and tricks on how to bait the double move. Some hopefully,
I
you
watched
know.
this game right here, Denver versus Colts, and I felt like Gilmore was just he was special in this game. And so
Yeah,
if he could just be a little bit of this, I feel like that would be just such a big pickup. Like it's crazy
it's
because
and like I
I
said,
want this
it's
season to come on.
anything. It's an upgrade. You got to look at what you're coming from. It ain't even about it's what you're coming
Yeah,
from. He's an upgrade from Anthony Brown, and I'm not shitting
it's
on
the
Anthony Brown. Like
same.
I told you, he's an
Yeah, this was the
upgrade.
same game. Yeah, I still like Gilmore. I still do. I still do.
He's an upgrade.
Because you know how some veterans would be like, oh, it's just a name. I feel like Gilmore's still halfway name, halfway game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember this Thursday night game. I watched this whole, and I was like, bro, this nigga Gilmore still doing this shit. He had that play in overtime, and he did have that play in that fourth quarter. So if he can, man, I like this shit. I liked it. I liked it. I liked it. Because I
Yeah.
remember these plays. Yep.
And we didn't break the bank for him. I said we're not gonna get no, you know, Coop and T.O. That was our big name, big time free agent. You know, we're gonna spend some money on them, but shit, and then we picking up people we picking up. We're not breaking the bank for, and we steady reconstructing contracts. I think they're preparing for the future too.
So,
These slowly
yeah,
coming up.
man.
Parsons is gonna be able to start negotiating next year. CD, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, all these year 3 players is coming up. Year 3 and year 4 players, it's gonna be time to pay them niggas. We got a lot of them. That's the thing about coming off the draft.
call? 'Cause, man, man.
But yeah, that was a hell of a pickup. We still, like I said, we still need to fix our interior D line. I think we still need to get offensive guard somewhere. I don't know if it's to be vet or in the draft. You know, the Cowboys, they probably draft one. I wouldn't be surprised if we took one in the first round. Because we lost Connor McGovern, and he ended up coming together at the end of the year. His thing was teams valued him higher than we did. So they was willing to pay him more. I think he went somewhere. I had to look it up, see where he went.
You
They
should look up
paid
what?
him. I want to say he already got picked up, McGovern.
I think he did. I can't remember who though.
The Cowboys were willing to pay him, but just not with everybody. That was one of them. Yeah, we're gonna pay, but we ain't gonna give you what they give me.
Oh no, he ain't. Oh, I think he went to the Jets. Or do it say he went to the? Oh, he went to the Bills. He went to the Bills. Went to Buffalo Bills. $23 million.
For 3 years.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Man, fuck you, Connor McGovern. I ain't.
Well, they Mike McCarthy. He came out. He was like Jason Peters. He's looking good. He's not gonna be on a snap restriction. So I was like, yeah, we need to go offensive guard somewhere, free agency or the draft. Just to be ready. Hopefully we can get us another Tyler Smith or something.
Man, this shit just got nigga thinking
Hopefully,
for. But now I'm excited.
hopefully Carter little case make him fall down. So if he ain't got to do no time. Carter from Georgia.
Yeah, it said he dropped to 12, but if he could drop even lower, that shit be crazy.
Mm-hmm. I don't think we'll get him. Jerry. Nigeria. But yeah, man, it's just shit. The Cowboys is sometimes you just don't know what you're gonna get with them. But the league gonna look good next year too, though.
I
Just
like what
in
we did,
whole,
bro.
in general.
I like what
I
we
try
did.
to stop speaking too futuristic on the Cowboys.
Hey, yo.
Cause it's just like I'm back. I'm not getting my hopes up till about the same time I did this past year, and I felt it was accordingly because it just was. I want to see first. I know what we can do. I know what y'all can do. We can beat anybody, any other 31 teams from Kansas City on down. It just depends on what team shows up that day. That just we gotta become more consistent as a unit and as a
I
fan
think
base. I'm holding us
I
accountable
think
too as fans.
I think fans just gotta be more realistic and stop thinking
Mm-hmm.
every year is a Super Bowl year.
That's the Cowboys. That's the Cowboys fan base problem. There's nothing wrong with wanting a Super Bowl, but guaranteeing it, like coming from even like coming from the front office, you get a front office, the owner and GM of the team calling it a Super Bowl roster, and we're guaranteeing you can't do that. You put too much pressure on them. So it's like anything that they do short of that is gonna seem like failure. People made people made it seem like when we lost in the first round, like we didn't even make the playoffs.
Hmm.
I get. I mean, yeah. I mean, in the second
That's
round. In the
true.
second
I see.
round.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I ain't
We
gonna
made it to
stunt.
the
It's
second round and lost, and people make it seem like we didn't even make the playoffs.
okay. My honest opinion about this year's playoff run was Dak played good in the first playoff game, and then he shit the bed in the second. And
Our
it's just
playoff
like,
run I don't even want to call it a playoff run because it wasn't but 2 games. I mean, it's
It
only
was
4 games. If you're coming from the wild card game, it's only 4 games. But I really wouldn't call it a playoff run unless you make the championship, NFC championship.
okay. I
But
ain't.
our playoff trip was the epitome of our season. You don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know if you're gonna get 3 touchdowns, 300 yards, or 2 picks, 1 touchdown, 187 yards. You don't know what you're gonna get.
Cause I ain't gonna lie. I didn't want to be nasty, but I want to look at it. I just want to look at it, bro. I just want to look at it. I want to look at Dak. I want to look at his playoff game.
I just want to put it out there. If this would happen to anybody else, it wouldn't have been blown as big of a proportion as it did. Now, act like Dak didn't hurt his thumb on his throwing hand in the beginning of the season. We're not gonna act like he wasn't previously one of the most careful quarterbacks with the ball.
But man, you
I
looking at
get
you
it.
can see the stats. You can see it.
I get up on the close.
It's just he literally got outplayed by Brock Purdy. That's
How was he
fucking
outplayed?
crazy. Brock Purdy threw for 214. Dak threw for 206. Purdy didn't throw no interceptions. Dak threw 2.
He didn't throw no touchdowns either.
That's cool, but
He
that
didn't get
one
played by. He didn't
touchdown.
get outplayed by Purdy. That wasn't people saying he didn't get outplayed by Purdy. Purdy didn't play good. It's a San Francisco fan I be talking to in the gym, and I said it before the game. Purdy looked like a rookie against us. He looked like who he was against us.
19 for 29, 214. Dak was 23 for 37, 206, 2 interceptions, and a touchdown. I'm saying that one touchdown not go move me for Dak. Because I
But
feel like,
to
and
say
then
he
his
was
pass,
outplayed by Purdy, like Purdy went 23
no,
for
I ain't gonna say.
26, 300 yards and 2 touchdowns, no picks. He
I don't
didn't
like the
play
fact
like
that
that.
it's even a
Purdy
conversation, though,
is,
man.
but I'm saying, but you can't say that because you don't like the fact that he got outplayed by him. He didn't get outplayed by him. He played similar to him.
Okay, I agree with that, and that's still not good.
Yeah, that's not. But to say he was outplayed by a quarterback that didn't even throw no touchdowns.
Okay, yeah, you're
His
right.
biggest play of the game came from an overthrown ball that probably future Hall of Famer tight end caught that he bobbled to himself. And our
Yeah,
star cornerback that wants top corner money closed his eyes and whipped.
man, yeah, that was nasty.
So it's just like,
Ooh,
you don't want to put too much on one player because, like I say, it ain't his fault because we shouldn't have been in that position. But you being Trayvon Diggs, the interception machine, the ball hawk, the best ball hawk corner we've seen in a long time, you have to make that play. You have to make that play in the red zone when you drop the pick, and you have to make that play on George Kittle.
no,
You
that's a
know,
fact.
it's easier
You see,
said than done, but that's why if you want that money, you have to prove to us why that. If he would have made that play in the playoffs, I mean, I would have been gonna pay him now. He's proven too much. You could have single handedly. I ain't gonna say we won, but you could have single handedly had an effect on us winning that game because of 2
and
plays that you could have made.
this dude, Michael Parsons, had 4 tackles, 3 assists, 1 solo. Deron Bland had 11 tackles and a
Mm-hmm.
pass deflection.
But what I tell you about defensive linemen,
And he's 6'2". Yeah, nah, you ain't wrong. I was just saying.
defensive lineman is not supposed to lead your team in tackle.
Deron
Usually,
Bland had
players
5 picks.
he caught 2 and he caught 2 in his first game starting
What the hell?
at corner.
I know he was playing good, but God, bro, and
When
he's
he
6'2",
jumped off
Mike.
the screen on Thanksgiving, he caught 2 picks.
Yeah, he did. He's 6'2", bro.
Probably one of the most watched regular season games of the year. He caught 2 picks at his first time starting at corner.
He 23. I'm liking his defense, bro. I don't give a damn.
That's why Dan Quinn didn't leave. Man, Dan Quinn done it all. He done been coordinator. He done been head coach and coordinator again. He like, yeah, I don't want to be a head coach nowhere. I like the group of guys I got. The pressure really isn't on me. We lost in the playoffs, and ain't nobody blaming me or my unit. So, hey, I like it. I'm with you now. Pour into the defense. But I'm still take my same stance. If we can get something that's going to help our offense, we got to get it. Because your defense is no good if they stopping everybody and you can't score no points. It showed
I'm
against
with
San Francisco. San
I'm with
Francisco
you on
won
what you
that
said
game.
last one.
San Francisco won that game because they did what? They ended up scoring points. Both our defense played. That really was a defensive game. Our defense played lights out. Their defense played lights out. But like you say, them 2 picks hurt us. He gave them the ball back. You put the defense in a bad situation. Then they gave up. What was that? I think that Kittle catch was on like 3rd and 18 or something like that.
Man, that shit
Big
pissed me off.
conversions, but it is what it is. It's always next year. It's on out of 32 teams, he can only be one winner every year.
I went, bro. Compared to the season I thought we was gonna have, I'm not just fucked up at the season. It just at the end I just didn't like how Dak played. But all in all, it was a good season.
I'd be more hurt as an Eagles fan.
Yes, most definitely.
I'd be way more hurt. They try to keep that problem. We still made it. They play, man. You played 17 games damn near flawlessly. Well, no, they lost 3. You played 14 games down there flawlessly, and 2 of them is because you lost your quarterback. And you make it. You go through the playoffs and play flawlessly. Go to the Super Bowl and play close to flawlessly as you can, and still come out second place. It's almost. I know them niggas in the back of their head thinking like, damn, all that for nothing for $80,000 bonus check. It's something, but it ain't that 120 that the winners get. It ain't that ring. It ain't that hat they, you know what I'm saying? Making it is cool, even Ricky Bobby Daddy said he said that shit just to say it, he was drunk. But that quote means a lot. If you ain't first, then you last. Ain't no consolation prizes in this.
That's
Ain't
what
no
I
gold,
almost
silver,
said.
and bronze. It's only one ring that get passed out. You don't get no
Almost said
gold
something
ring
about
if you won
LeBron.
first place, and you don't get
Almost said something.
no silver ring if you won second place. It's only one ring.
Y'all heard that LeBron thing?
Hey, it's
that is scary.
It's true, but I'm not gonna, me being a Cowboys fan, I get down. That shit was, I actually had them pick to win, but them losing only made my day so much better, and no hating shit, but what it is. At the end of the day, we always like to see our rivals fall, but
I will
I
say
commend
this
them
though,
for making it
Mike.
there. I'm a Jalen Hurts
I will
fan.
say
I was
this.
a Jalen Hurts fan in Oklahoma.
When it comes to football, like you said, nigga, only one team win, and it's hard to win. That shit damn near like March Madness. It's one game, and you can be out there. So I feel like having a good
One game.
season, like we had, I feel like having a good season is still important too. Like, man, everybody can't win no championship. Are you competitive and are you in the
one winner
race?
every year. There's only one winner every year.
I want to just throw my hat in the race.
It's just like, even when they bring up the ring, comes, oh, y'all ain't won in 28, 29 years. And we are still the team with the second most Super Bowl rings. That goes to show you how hard it is to win a ring.
Right.
And that's
Who
why
got more than
Tom
us?
Brady
Who got more
in
than
the
us?
Steelers. Brady in the
Patriots.
Steelers. That's it.
Oh,
Brady and the Patriots got 6. He won one without him.
Okay.
Brady, Patriots, and the Steelers.
That's crazy.
Brady has Thomas Edward Brady has more rings than every team in the NFL, even the team he won 6 with. And it's like, but when people bring that up, what do they say? Tom Brady has more rings than the Cowboys. They don't bring up the Steelers. They don't. Well, they might bring up the Patriots. The Patriots and the Cowboys, but the Cowboys is the first team they bring up when they talk about Tom Brady rings.
Is there a favorite going into next year? You think it's a team that you like? Okay, this is the team to beat.
My favorite, free agency ain't over and the draft ain't over, so they ain't gonna. I don't think they gonna put the favorites out there yet.
I'm just saying, you personally, just based off what you think somebody can build off of, what kind of core they got.
I think it's about as open as it was last year. AFC and NFC. Buffalo was the favorite through the NFC the whole year.
Buffalo, man, say, bro. See, I don't want Stephon Diggs. I don't want Stephon Diggs on my team. Wait, they didn't be talking.
I seen it coming. They was just like, man. I seen somebody arguing in the Cowboys group, and they was like, yeah, we need to get this. It was like, man, we do not need another diva wide receiver. You better go ask Diz. That do not like diva wide receiver. And that's why I said, too, you have to understand what you got, even with the DeAndre Hopkins shit, They're going to the sideline, throwing your helmet down and all that. That's not going to make Dak play better. That's not going to make nobody play better, really and truly.
It don't.
It's not, coming, not no quarterback. It's like that kills his drive. You gotta be there. You gotta down there Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy stuck by Russell Wilson. He didn't slander him or throw him under the bus. He might throw a couple shots here and there, but he stood by him. You don't, as a wide receiver, that wide receivers can only get their stat if the quarterback get them the ball. So you have to have a relationship with your QB. That's why the AJ Brown and the Jalen Hurts work like that. You got to have that relationship.
That's why. Hey, my favorite duo. You say Joe Burr, and Jamal
from college. From college. That's why you see Kyler Murray last year. He tried to tell Arizona do whatever they can to get him CD. It don't work like that. It don't, If this was Madden, you could have done that.
So you think Jettas could ever end up on Cincinnati? You don't think so? I want to see that trio again, bro.
Him and Jamar Chase are going to be two of the highest paid receivers in the league when they get paid.
Yeah. Get rid of goddamn Boyd. Get rid of Boyd and not them other niggas. What's the other nigga?
You can't have you can't have two players in the top 5 at their position being the highest paid. It just don't work like that. Because you got to pay Joe Burrow too. He's going to be one of the highest paid too.
Man,
he's been to the Super Bowl on the back. He's been to the Super Bowl and the AFC Championship with a bad offensive line. He's going to be getting 55 plus.
I tell Jettas, hey man, you finna get a couple Nike deals. You finna get some sponsorships, man. Take this pay cut. Nigga say, you know what I'm saying? Play with
you see that grill in his mouth? He ain't taking no pay cut. He was like John Moran. John Moran got that $200 million win buck.
Stupid ass nigga. He say y'all
young. He ain't stupid, he young.
That shit dumb, bro. You is not, nah, bro. Hell. We can talk, man. Fuck it. We can talk about it. Nah, that shit dumb, bro.
That's sports. It ain't. When you talk about sports, it ain't just basketball. It's sport.
Cause this my thing with the John Morant shit though. Cause like okay, you got niggas like Allen Iverson, John Wall, Carmelo, Steven Jackson, but you know where they come from for real though. They just happen to be good at basketball, but they hood niggas for real. John Morant is from the same place as Zion Williamson, a suburb in North Carolina. Them motherfuckers, like John Morant didn't even do this in college. He wasn't nowhere. He didn't act like this, Mike. He been watching him since he was a teenager. He wasn't doing it.
It just wasn't publicized. He was still hiding on his parents then. He was still hiding from his parents, did it? You know that. You know people like that.
Like he was 20
You know
years
people,
old at Murray State. I remember
but
he wasn't
no,
doing this.
he wasn't getting no NIL deal.
But now I'm saying it's like he didn't even have that hood nigga swagger. I'm saying
But
even the
that's
swagger came out of nowhere.
no, it didn't. Somebody pulled up a video from him in high school. I'm gonna send it to you. Somebody pulled a video of him in high school, and he had the little bullshit Cuban. He had the grill, all that. You know, it's just he doing blood or whatever. He was doing handshakes with. You know, I don't know what affiliation it was, but you know, he doing handshakes with his partners and shit like that. It's like how many people do you? It's not. How do I put it? I'm not saying what he did was the right thing to do, but I'm not gonna shun him for it either. Because we've
Same
all
man.
we've all done it. We ain't got $200 million, but I've seen guns on people's pages that's criticizing him now.
That's true. That's true.
So add 200 million to your pockets. What you gonna do? You gonna be on there with the biggest gun you can find.
But it's like, okay, it's a difference between doing that shit and you trying to be a rapper or you just a regular hood nigga. But
what
basketball?
did Kevin Garnett tell Joakim Joakim no, I said Jokic, Joakim Noah? He told him, man, I ain't trying to be no mentor. I ain't no role model. You gonna figure out how to do that shit yourself, man. You gonna figure it out on your own. You ain't trying to be no role model.
But my only
People
thing
pick
is
their
with
role
that
models.
is,
I ain't
I
tell
just
you to be
don't.
like me.
I
ain't
just
tell you to be like
man,
me. Shit.
it's
You know,
just like
it's
damn,
bad,
bro.
but it's just like, you know, come on now. You know,
He was finna
one
be the
thing,
face of the league though,
one
Mike. That's the
thing. I
difference.
mean, you know, you got to be smart. Like I said, you got to be smart with it. But I'm not. I don't agree with it. You know, you don't get there showing you gun, but I can't blame them. You know, I don't put mine on there before, but I've also been in college. I ain't just flashing my shit, but it's just, you know, when you give somebody that always seen what they wanted, and you actually give them the means to get it or do it, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to tell them not to. You know, we see this. You know, as no matter what you want to say, the black struggle lifestyle is glorified. It's glorified. It is. It's glorified.
But
The
okay,
first
Mike,
thing a
let me ask you
motherfucker
this.
say when they first start rapping is, "I ain't never had shit." I ain't never had shit. That'd be the first thing motherfucker say. Lying on your mom and them ass. She working 2-3 jobs just to keep the lights on. So I tell you, I'm proud of my lifestyle. You understand me? I've seen the best of a few worlds, you know.
So okay, I'm gonna ask you this: you think Ja would have been doing all that if he wasn't in Memphis though? Cause I feel like just the Memphis culture shit kind of, you know what I'm saying?
I see that. But like I said, it's
He wouldn't
just
be doing
like
this in Charlotte, bro.
he's making. I mean, why not? Who just called a case in Charlotte?
Miles Bridges he's still on the Detroit shit. He's still on the Detroit.
You know, if it's gonna come out,
Okay,
it's
I
gonna
feel,
come
I feel, I
out. It's
feel,
gonna come out.
I
It's gonna
feel
come
that.
out.
I
He
feel
gonna
that.
try to turn Charlotte into the, but you know, and that's why I say, like, people looking at it like, man, you with me, you know, you don't need this, you don't need that. Man, this man walks around with tens of $1,000s worth of jewelry on, hundreds of $1,000s, just jewelry in general. What 20-year-old black man wouldn't carry a gun?
That's facts.
The night that I said John Wild, the night John Morant posted that gun, Pascal Siakam got robbed at gunpoint. Pascal Siakam.
Oh, this a bit past that when she had that blicky on, huh?
Yeah, Jalen Rose said it. He got stuck up. These ain't. I don't care about that. Steven Jackson got his chain snatched at a concert. They hung him by his own Cuban on the stage in front of the whole crowd.
Are you talking about Steve Francis?
I said Steven Jackson. Yeah, Steve
Yeah,
Francis.
Steve
Steve
Francis.
Francis.
When we popped his damn eyes out.
Man, at that point, his chain was going this way, his neck was going that way, but his head was. They tried to break that boy. Then when they couldn't
They put that
snatch it
nigga
off of him,
foot on that nigga's
they
shoulder.
stomped him out of his chain.
Okay.
Like,
Cause my
it's just
thing is,
this is how
yeah,
you go about it.
yeah. Cause I'm paranoid. I'll be right, boy. You give me
It's
$100,000. I'm walking around with 2 big ass sticks.
yeah, nah, and then you in Memphis. You in
Then he's
Memphis.
in Memphis. Cause,
Shit.
cause, and, cause I ain't gonna stunt the same thing. Like just like okay, like Ja Morant get money, but there's some niggas in Memphis get money too, and they on
Yeah.
some other shit. So it's like you bumping into these niggas in the mall. You know they trying to be cool. Man, you at
In
the
the
high end places.
club.
They at the high end places.
Man,
Yeah, I feel
you
it.
seen that picture that they posted from the club. You couldn't even see the flow.
Yeah, he threw 50 in that hole. That nigga Stephen A. Smith was talking about this shit. That nigga say, man, he said, bro, Stephen A. was saying that shit on the club. He said, man, Ja Morant shouldn't have been doing that shit, but he need his privacy too, though. And he said,
Yeah.
you throw 50,000 in the club, should nobody be, you know what I'm saying,
Should nobody
allowed
know
to
about it
be,
but the people that was there. The club shouldn't
yeah.
be releasing that footage. That's surveillance footage. That ain't even cell phone footage.
That's what
That's
Stephen
from
A.
your
was saying.
security camera. Like you just doing
Clout
that on some
chasing.
pick me type shit. Yeah, cloud chasing.
Clout
Pick me.
chasing. Yeah.
Oh, look what I got. He was
I
just
ain't
in my
tripping about
club.
I ain't tripping about the strip club shit or him having no gun. It's about the just so you know some of that stuff you just move light, bro. Just move light, bro. Some of that
I
shit you
just
ain't gotta
blame that
go
on you.
extra.
I just blame it on the youth. I made a lot of dumb mistakes. And what I tell you all the time, no choice to my parents. They told me right from wrong my whole
You know
life.
when people trying to blame his daddy, I'm like, bro, Ja Morant got his own kid, bro. Ain't
Yeah.
nobody trying to hear that shit. He got his
He's his
own
own
house, his own
man.
cars. That nigga, you ain't hell no. He paying his daddy
Shit.
bills probably.
Yeah, his daddy did what he had to do to raise his kids. And you teach them what they do. At the end of the day, your kids are still going to take off and wander on their own ventures.
And he became a millionaire basketball
Yeah.
player, top 10 player in the league.
Made
So
the
it's like
slip, made the
shit.
slip up. You know, he
Mhm.
young black man with money. Can't blame him. Also, I wouldn't be perfect with mine either if I had the chance. I wouldn't be able, I can't honestly, I can always tell you what I think I would do, but I can't honestly tell you what I'll do if I had 200 million, if I had a $200 million contract.
About 5 years ago, Mike, nigga would have been running wild if a nigga been rich. Nigga been running wild, I ain't gonna lie. The more I'm talking to you, the more I'm thinking about it, like, I feel it,
They
but it's
would have
just
been
like,
trying, you would have been trying to flood the house. It's just,
yeah.
but,
Cause
what people look at, that's just like that saying, just like people act like just because where you come from don't mean nothing. At the end of the day, people always want to be their own man.
I feel
That's
that
just
shit.
like, I didn't, I had I lived a high life, so I ain't had no, I couldn't tell mama, oh mama, these bread 11 coming out next week. I want to go get them. Yeah, nah, she not paying no $200 for no shoes. But I can have these brand new pair of forces that's on the wall though. It's just all about how you look at it. And I might be complaining about that, but it's people still wearing their same shoes from 2 years. It's just shit like that. You always got it better than somebody, and somebody always got it better than you.
Yeah,
So that's just how I
that's
look at it.
real.
So shit, it's just,
Cause you know me, I want to get on his ass. I ain't been liking how he been moving for a minute too though. Cause I'm like, damn, Ja. Cause I just know how they do niggas, bro. You know how they do niggas, Mike. We just know how they do niggas. Especially when you top 10 player, your team on the come up. You getting all this money outside of basketball. They can't wait for a nigga to slip. And I think I was coming from that type of mindset, like Ja, you gotta chill, you gotta slow that shit down. They say, I know
you
you
speaking,
feel
you
untouchable.
speaking, you speaking from a 28-year-old nigga that I've been through some shit, been through enough shit. You speaking with a more mature mindset. How old is I? What, 23, 24?
23. I think he about 23,
He
24.
my little
23,
brother
24.
age.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just like everybody can always tell you what they'll do with your money.
Yeah. That's
People can
facts. That's
always tell you what they will do with your money. Why you can't do it with your own? So I don't be mad when people go, when you get your money and you go buy $100,000 chain. That's what you want to do. That's what you should do. It's your money. You earned it. He put in 21 years, 22 years of his life to get that.
Mm-hmm.
So
I heard
who
somebody
are
say
you to
that too.
tell? Who are you
They're
to
like he
tell
just now
somebody
getting to
how to
be a
enjoy it?
teenager. Yeah, they
Yeah,
say he just now getting to be a teenager. He doing all that shit trying to get to the league.
yeah, he did that. So shit, he feel like he made it, and if that's what he feel like is his point. Shit, it is what it is. Let nigga enjoy his life. You got to be more careful. It's still rules that you got to abide by. You want to get better with that, but nobody telling you not to live your life. It's just keep it to yourself.
You got an NBA Finals
Keep
prediction?
keep a certain part to yourself.
Because it should been roguish in basketball.
I think I got it on the East already.
Who? Who you got
I
coming out the
got it on
East?
the East.
Who you got coming out the East?
Milwaukee. Milwaukee.
Oh, okay. You ain't got nothing coming out the West, huh? No shit.
Man, the West, that shit's still up in the air right now for me. I ain't gonna lie. It's still up in the air for me.
Bro, fucking Nuggets been looking bad. They done lost like 3 or 4 in a row, bro.
I was gonna that was coming.
My
Yeah,
thing
they
is
still number one. They still number one in the West, ain't they?
Giannis is just so far ahead of everybody now. Now that I'm thinking about it, like in terms of just pure individual basketball dominance, Giannis is just. I think Jokic is probably the best overall player in terms of just basketball IQ,
Phoenix,
passing, and shit like that. But
Phoenix better come with it, or they finna be playing without home court advantage against Steph Curry now.
man, if KD come back, they say he go come back for the play. If KD come back, man, they go smack, bro.
I
They go
thought I
beat the
thought he
Warriors.
said he might miss the first round.
They said he could come back like with a week left in the season, from what I was hearing.
Oh, okay.
If
I
KD
missed
come back,
that.
they
I
gonna
missed
kill the
that. Oh
Warriors,
yeah,
bro.
no. KD come.
And,
KD come. If KD played the whole playoffs, you know who I got coming out the West.
and that's what I'm saying. That's why I say like
But
Denver
with
just
this
gonna
injury bug,
yeah.
it's up in the air right now with me.
That the saddest thing about KD, Mike, that if he ain't get hurt the last 2 years, he probably could have had another MVP. Like that's how cold bro still is. Like that, bro. You see, I know you seen what him and goddamn Devin Booker did to the Maverick, man. And Luke and Kyrie were playing good too.
Yeah.
They just outshot their ass.
Ooh, 4-6.
Them niggas nasty, bro. I don't even be watching them niggas no more.
4-6. You
watching
found
that
Jason
shit.
Kidd?
Jason Kidd, I almost said the R word. That nigga dumb, bro. That nigga dumb. Like his rotations, bro. I done seen some of the worst NBA rotations in my life this season from a lot of coaches. Some of the worst rotations I've ever seen in my life. Like, dude will have 4 defensive liabilities out there at one time.
I just hope y'all get together by the time my boy retire, and I think it's coming close. I think it's coming sooner than what I expected it. But when my
KD
dog
only got
walk
2
away,
years.
when my dog walk away from the game, I'm staying at the house. Everything is
bro. I thought I'm gonna say this because I was high on Luka and Trey. They both done got the conference finals, young as hell. But I feel like they both done got as good as they go get, and they gonna be these niggas for the next 10 years. Niggas that you just gonna be like, man,
I tried to tell you
crazy.
that last year, but it's just I think it's still hope for Luka though. I think it's hope for
Luka. Luka cry so much. Luka don't care about defense. Like Luka,
you think he gonna end up leaving?
He not gonna end up leaving just because them overseas niggas they get comfortable and they don't they're so they come from so much small villages and shit like that. They ain't trying to go to New York
to have a whole city behind you too though.
And that too.
The whole city fuck with Luka. Luka could go anywhere in Dallas and be good.
Yeah. And this ain't his country. So like you could be like, oh, I'm Bam Adebayo. I kind of want to go back and be in goddamn LA somewhere. Or I'm Paul George. I want to go back to LA. Man, look at them. They don't know these damn states like that for real, for real. You think Luka really know his states and know his goddamn where he really want to be? I'm in
Luka ready to
Dallas.
go back to Slovenia.
Hey, yeah. That nigga he said, man, I don't see myself playing that long. He said, I want to go back to my farm. He said that shit. So it's like I don't think them niggas think like that. Like Jokic, I think he's a shit. I'm in Denver. I'm being Denver. You know what I'm saying? Just so you know what I'm saying. Same. The only American that I feel like they think like that is Dame. But I feel like Dame is just hiding the fact that he can't play no damn defense. Like, cause he know he'll start. Nah, bro, come on, bro. Dame and Bradley Beal is the smartest all stars we done had. Cause they know if they go anywhere else, now they gonna be watching them like, okay, you with another superstar, what you doing? And then get blew by every goddamn position. But you stay
It's the it's
home.
the it's the it's the pressure LeBron put on it, and it just it all steams back. Any conversation really can steam back to him, but it's the pressure LeBron put on. It's like, yeah, he left, he picked his team, but one thing he got on his resume is he's brought a championship to every team he's been on. So
But
it's just like,
I feel like that's so easy to do if you're a top three, top four player of all time to ever play. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like,
I
cause
mean, we have how many top three or top 4 or 5 players have we seen?
uh shit, Bron, Kobe, and Duncan of our era.
You see, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like it's
But
just
just
like
imagine them two moving around too, though, Mike. Don't that make the any look what KD do? KD is a top 15 player of all time. He's not even top 10. And anywhere KD go, become contenders because he's that cold.
yeah.
So if you just imagine in the 2000s moving Tim Duncan around, bro, moving Kobe around, those teams just become automatically so much better. You see what happened when we got Pau Gasol, like
But that goes back to what I was saying though. You still have to see the mission through. You can't, you are you contenders. So that go back to the thing I was I was putting with the Cowboy fans. You put pressure on them, so it's like anything you do short of that seems like you didn't do nothing. So it's just like, yeah, KD, that shit was ugly last year. He got swept first round. Yeah, nigga don't see that. Yeah, Kyrie played half the year. He played this, he played that. Harden left, all that. But it's just like you still got swept. No matter what happened, you got swept in the first round. So it's just like, what can you do? It's just like your situation busted. You didn't win a championship. It busted. 2 years you didn't win a championship. Even though I feel like, if it was a fifth, but even though I feel like if my nigga shoe would have been an inch and a half smaller, he would have been a champion in Brooklyn. Niggas forget about that. They had Milwaukee on the ropes
killing Giannis ass,
with a
bro. See,
hobble
bro,
with a hobble James Harden and no Kyrie
hobbled and out of shape. James Harden was.
and no Kyrie and it still came down to his foot being on the line, making it overtime over a win. He still made the shot. You know what I'm saying? The shot's in overtime. He laid an egg in overtime, but shit,
He
he did
gave it all he
everything.
had. He gave it
He
all
did
he
he
had,
did
bro.
everything else. The
Nigga
games before that.
he emptied the tank in regulation, bro. He was trying to
Yeah,
win that bitch.
he was like, yeah.
That's why I say, bro, that's the saddest thing about KD's career. Like people go underestimate how great this dude was as an individual talent. Nigga, go see like how old we are right now, like 30. Like when we get to about 50, it ain't gonna be another one-on-one efficient scorer like KD with that size, that height, that ball handling, shoot, touch, get to the rim, the defense, like that, like just that complete of a player, bro. We're not gonna see this shit again, bro. I know he was great when he was his first year at Texas. I'm like, bro, this is the best player I done seen in college ever. I know it's a thing. Nigga, they picked Greg Oden over him. I told my granddaddy, I'm like, how old was I in 2007? I said, man, man, I
Brother
wouldn't have did
Ross.
that. I said that in 2007. Mike, how old was I in 2007? I'm born, I was like
I was
12.
I was 14.
Motherfuckers pick fucking Greg Oden over Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant averaged 26 and 11 in college. The first
That's
ever
crazy.
freshman to get player of the year. So it's like I feel like that level of greatness he is. People whine when he go to a different team because he automatically make anywhere he go a contender. This dude was contending with Russell Westbrook and James Harden, the two most unreliable superstars we've ever seen. So I don't know, bro. It just I be getting passionate about this shit. Cause you'll talk about KD and how his shit failed in Brooklyn, but we ain't gonna talk about how Kawhi failing in fucking LA.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me though. Just cause I don't know. That's a testament to KD greatness. When somebody was arguing that Kawhi was just as good as KD, I damn near lost my shit, Mike.
Everybody that people try to hold his decisions and choices and where he went and won at against him. But when you talk about pure basketball, you have to put him up there in the I'm not saying just automatically top 10, but you just got to put him up there and just at least top 25
Boy, he
all
top
time.
15. Man,
Yeah,
that nigga top
all time.
15.
Just basketball, just pure basketball, dribbling, shooting, scoring. Shit. You have to be honest with yourself. Yeah, you call him, oh, he can't do this, he can't do that. What I got to say about Charles Barkley. You just mad because yours didn't work.
Fact.
You waited too late into your career and yours didn't work.
And niggas, Charles Barkley at his best couldn't sniff KD at his best either, though. That's why, because my thing is, like you said, when it just comes to pure basketball, because Damian Lillard was talking about this too. Niggas get to talking about that ring shit too much. Because I remember I was arguing with a nigga about Jason Kidd versus Steve Nash.
It take a team to win a championship.
Yes. Nigga, I was looking through the championships like since the 70s. Everybody had like 2 or 3 all-stars per championship team. Come on now. That shit be capped, fool. Nigga be capping, bro. I don't know what they be doing, bro. Okay, let me ask you this. Who better, Jason Kidd or Steve Nash, in your opinion?
I'm about to go with my nigga Nash.
Thank you.
I'm going to go with
Steve. I said the same. I'm all yelling with niggas.
Just because growing up, aside from Kobe and Shaq, Nash and Dirk was one of my favorite duos.
Made it to the Western Conference Finals in that tough ass West.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite duos. I just like seeing them niggas hoop together like that.
They was efficient. Them niggas was 40, 50, 90. That's what people don't understand about people like KD, Dirk, Nash, Stephen Curry. They make a lot of shots. Like they make the most shots all the time in terms of just when you watching them play, they make way more shots than they miss. Like to shoot 40% from the three, 50% from the field, 90% from free throw. That means you're making a lot of shots from everywhere. So it's like, bro, that shit can't be disrespected, bro. Nigga be disrespecting. Jason Kidd shot 40%. 40%, Mike. He was shooting 40% point guard from the field. 42% from 2. That shit nasty, bro. Niggas be talking about offense. Like, Steve Nash couldn't play defense. Jason Kidd couldn't play offense. niggas love to bring up that defense shit, but when a nigga can't shoot a lick, they don't say nothing. That shit be killing me.
Beat Kobe out for MVP.
Man, that was some bullshit. Kobe averaged 35. That nigga averaging 30. That nigga damn near averaging 40 in the early 2000s.
Oh.
That shit crazy,
bro. Oh.
That shit crazy. Kobe should have had at least two to 3 MVPs, man. They just didn't want my nigga part of that top 10 conversation.
And KD should have had at least 1 or 2 more.
KD should have at least 2. At least 2. In the last couple years, you can argue 3, but he just ain't stay healthy. This year, he was gonna get it. And they gonna shoot, bro. You knew KD numbers? Man, I'm finna find them hoes real quick, cause man, they got me. Bro, I was watching, Kevin Durant this year. Bro, that shit was ridiculous what that nigga was shooting, bro. That nigga shooting, bro. I'm finna put this on the damn screen. That nigga was shooting 57% from the field, 39% from 3, 93% from the free throw, averaging 37 and 5.
I told you not too long ago. It's just like, bro, once you get that one injury, you can go as long as you want to without getting hurt. It just seems like once a player gets that one injury, whether football or basketball, it's just like once they get that one injury that kind of be detrimental to them, it's always something after that. When we talk about just go back in time, it's 2018. When we talked about the 3 quarterbacks from the 2016 draft, Wentz, Goff, and Dak. when we talked about them, what was that plus over them the whole time? It wasn't never his play. It wasn't never his passing, his running. It was his availability. He always played more games than him.
Yeah.
And here comes the ankle accident. He's been getting hurt ever since. And it's not even the ankle. It's the finger. It's the wrist. It's the elbow. It's always something. It's just once that one thing happened, then it's always something. It's always something. And it's just like a lot of we don't even get to see sometimes players that's great just because just we don't even get to see players' full potential just because it's stunning by early injury.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping that don't happen with Pollard either. You know, just trying back to football. I hope that don't happen to Pollard. I hope he doesn't really lose too much of a step, but he's a running back. His job description is in the first word of his job title. Run. And what did he hurt? His ankle. So it's like, you know, not to say it can't be done, you know. But when Dak scrambles, what does it look like? It don't look the same from when he scrambled before he got the ankle injury. He wasn't never no Michael Vick or no Lamar Jackson or nobody, you know what I'm saying? But it don't look the same. You have to damn near relearn. Some players can't get it out their head where it be in the back of their mind. But I think he'll still be. I think Pollard be all right. That you can't really like I said, you really can't tell he hurt his ankle or nothing like that. I'm calling it right here, right now. What's today? March 14th?
15th.
March 15th? Say March 15th, 6:39 p.m. And I'm telling you now, Dak's gonna have under 12 interceptions next year. Maybe under 10. I'm calling it now. You heard it first.
How many touchdowns?
32.
Okay. 32 touchdowns under 12 picks. You ready to end it? We've been an hour 22.
30. I'm gonna cut it to 30 and 10. 30 and 12. 30 and 12.
30 and 12. Okay, I'm gonna say 25.
I'm gonna give them room to go over on the touchdowns and room to go under on the picks. 30 and 12.
25 and 16.
I'm also putting this on account that we add some at receiver, whether in the draft or free agency. But I mean, of course, we're gonna add something. But I think he's gonna get back in the lab and he's gonna tone down on the decision making and the sporadic plays. That's really his biggest downfall because you know how many games he missed? He missed 6 games out of 17, 11 games. So 11 games. 13 games, because 2 playoffs. 13 games. How many total picks? I know he threw 2 against San Francisco. He didn't throw none in Tampa Bay. So what? 17 picks?
Say I might have. He threw 15. He threw 15 picks. 23 and 15. I said 25 and 16.
23 and 15.
Oh, 23 and 15. Hey, yeah. Watch. I feel like this deal for the gold.
All right. We don't see. But I think he's gonna get together though.
I hope he.
What I can say, and you know, I've been saying it all year. You know, don't get me wrong. He has been a little careless with the ball, but to his defense, at least a third of those picks came up over a third. I don't want to say half, but I think his half overweighed that half. But close to half of them picks came off the wide receiver hands or chest.
I give him.
And that's what I'm saying too. Like it's just like I would probably say out of those 15, probably 6 or 7 of them came off the wide receiver hands.
That might be overdoing it. Probably like 4 or 5. I'm gonna say about 4 or 5, 6 or 7.
I'm telling you.
I'm telling you.
That's damn near half his. So you saying half his picks because of wide receiver?
When we get out, I'm gonna look up. I know it got to be a video on YouTube because you know how they do our Cowboys, man. It got to be a video of all his picks. So I'm gonna look it up.
We gonna see.
I'm gonna count them out for you.
We don't see.
But yeah, man, this was coaching from the couch, man. Did he know about Master Cheeto? That shit was fun, man. Hey, Dak, you gotta do better, bro. Cowboys, let's draft some offense. No, we gotta draft a defensive lineman. We gotta draft some defensive lineman.
If it's going to run, well, if not,
Load the offense up. The defense is loaded, really and truly. It's loaded enough.
but
Steel curtain.
I wouldn't. It wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt to add a defensive tackle first
and the line,
another linebacker.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what the count. That's just me count. I don't know what we're doing with Jabril Cox. He just must not panning out or something. I don't know.
That nigga suck, bro.
No
offense.
We
should have went and pulled a Jalen Smith with Jacoby Dean.
I think we should have picked him up. He was getting in third round.
We'll see, man. But shit, man.
I'm gonna look them picks up. I'm gonna talk.
Shit, all right, fool.
All right.